Hello, it's Peter Merrick, and I'm taking my walk with my friendly little dog Shrimpy. I was thinking about words. Do we really know the words that we use and how powerful they are? I'm going to have a link to an article I wrote on words because I think it's really important that we understand the origin. What made me start thinking about this was when I was studying my securities. One of the things I found interesting is the word mortgage. Mortgage. It comes from an old English word that means death pledge. Think about that. So when you take out a mortgage, you are signing a death pledge. And think about what you're actually doing. You're going to the bank. They decide whether or not you are worthy for them to take your life energy, because money is what you trade your life energy for, and it's fiat currency. It's not real. It's fractional banking where banks are given a license to create money out of nowhere. So when you get that mortgage, that death pledge, whatever they gave you, 500,000, a million, that money did not exist before there were a few strokes on a computer that said you had that money. Now, most people, when you borrow money, you end up paying anywhere from 2.5 times to 5 times, depending on the interest, more in interest payments than the actual loan itself. So you're a battery. You are paying an institution, a bank. And what does a bank do? And you have currency. A bank is on both sides of a river. And you are taking your life energy by taking your currency, the little bit that you got, and you are paying it to the bank. You have made a death pledge. And many people work for the gilded cage that they've created. They've borrowed money to have things in the world, and they got credits. And we've learned a lot over the last few years that money can be created out of nowhere because trillions and trillions, probably about a gazillion dollars has been created, because it's not just the $5.5 trillion that the US has printed in addition to its normal deficits. That is allowed to be magnified probably 100 times before they have to introduce more money. And everybody has borrowed money. The other word that made me think is the origins, the Latin origins of government. Gov means control, and ment means mind, mind control. We hand over our power, our minds, to the government. It's this entity that's just taken hold of us. I have a good friend of mine who recently relocated to Panama. And Panama has been having some major protests where citizens are protesting. And I said, "Are you scared?" And his answer was, "No. The government is scared of the people." And that's why a lot of the restrictions that were happening in other nations weren't happening in Panama. There's a quote that comes from Jefferson, and I want to leave this with you. He said, "When the people fear government, you have tyranny. When the government fears the people, you have freedom." So I just wanted to share those two words with you, and I would suggest that it'd be interesting for you to investigate the roots of the words that you use, that you populate, because words are just vibrations, and many people believe words are spells. And if you doubt that, just go and see a stage magician who, through their words, can actually get people to do things that are not in their interests. Have an awesome day, and remember, how you say what you say is infinitely more important than what you say. It's all about waking up and becoming more conscious every single day.